It has been raining for 2 weeks straight and has not stopped. It's not raining right now, but I guess technically. Oh wait, it might be. I see rain hitting the windshield now. I was gonna say I guess technically it might have been stopped, but no, it's actually raining again. So, I'm going to Subway. It is what time is it? 1 a.m. I woke up just now. I'm doing this thing where I just sleep. I was on a schedule where I got up at 3 and then ended up going back to sleep around, what, 9 that night? Yeah, around 9 in the afternoon. And, I don't know, I did that today. I got up and just wasn't feeling it. So I laid back down about 2 and I slept until 11. So now it's 1. I've only been up about 2 hours and I'm hungry. So I'm going to ride up here. These roads look dry. How is it raining where I live but not 2 feet up the road? Someone explain that to me. That does not make any sense at all. Alright, so I'm going to Subway. I'm debating whether I should go to Walmart or not because I kind of needed to go. I wanted to get some snack bars and junk, but I think I can wait. I think I'll just wait on that. At this point, I'm just going to Subway. That's the goal. Someone does not dim their lights. Did you guys see that? So let's see. Oh, now I remember what I was going to talk about. This was going to be a vlog, and I had an idea of what I was going to talk about, but then I was like, I lost it. Alright, so we had cable. I haven't told you guys this story. I've told it to a lot of people, so I guess it should start from the beginning. We had cable, TV, internet, and phone, and it was like $100 a month for all three. I think the promotion price was $30 for each a month or something. I don't know. 30, 60, 80, yeah. And then I had like an upgrade of DVR service, so that put it at 100. So we had that with Charter, and we've had it for over a year now. And I randomly get this email from Charter. I'm not even on the road on the camera here. I'm trying to keep that on the road here. I get an email from Charter saying that, not an email, an actual letter actually, saying that my rates were about to go up. And I'm like, what? No, my rates don't go up. So I called them and tried to figure out what was going on. They said it was going from $100 a month to $170 a month because apparently promotional pricing I had was ending, which was bullcrap. So I asked them if they could put me in a new promotion so that I could get better pricing. And they basically told me that because I'm not a new customer, I don't qualify for new pricing. So as a loyal customer, I'm screwed, but as a new customer, I can have it all. Makes no sense. So I had them cut the phone off because I don't use the phone. And they gave me a price of $110 per month, which I thought would work. Take $70, well, $60 a month off of the price for phone? What? I don't even use phone. Okay, bye-bye phone. So I had them cut it off. I had them do that, and we went to $110 a month. And I noticed a lot of channels that I had were not there anymore. And I was just like, what? They didn't say anything about cutting channels off. So sure enough, they actually had cut off a bunch of my channels as well for the $110. So I called them again and I told them, hey, this is not what I had. I had every channel except for the movie channels. I don't watch the movie channels, so couldn't care less about those, but I had every other channel. And, by the way, I just want to make a comment. You guys are probably watching. I weave the lines a lot, and I don't know why. It's something I've always done, if there's 2 lanes here, I'm going to just go between them because, it just seems like the thing to do at the time. I know you guys have commented on that before, and I just wanted to say something because I'm doing it right now. Anyway, back to the point. So they told me that there wasn't anything they could do. They couldn't cut the price down anymore unless I dropped some more stuff and all this other bunch of stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is bullcrap. I'm having to pay nearly $60 a month now for no more than just basic cable. I can't even get the channels that I used to have unless I want to pay like, $170, which was for everything though. Did not interest me. Hold on, I'm going to take the camera down to turn the heat off because, oh my goodness, it's hot in here. So we went ahead and started looking elsewhere for TV. My first option was actually Dish Network because they ran these ads about the Hopper and all this other bunch of stuff. And the goal was to put the cable or the television service into my mom's name because I don't watch TV. I use the internet. The internet's in my name. I didn't want it in my name, So the goal was to put it in her name. So we went to Dish Network and we applied for the Hopper with 3 rooms. And it just simply told me no. It would not give me a reason why. It would not say, we can't approve you because of this, blah, blah, blah. So that wasn't really what we were looking for. So we went on and tried to put it in my name. Actually, that doesn't come yet in the story. I did not want it in my name at that point in time. So I did not put it in my name. So then we went to DirecTV and we went to order it in her name. And I guess it's due to credit. It's based on your credit. They did require a installation fee, but it was only $100. And I was able to pay that. I was like, that's reasonable. So I paid the $100 install fee. We get the Genie, which is the new whole home DVR bull crap thing they got going on over there. So it looked like a good deal to me. But everyone in my family, as they always do, have very strong opinions about why I shouldn't get DirecTV because they've all switched to Dish and blah, 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 blah. So we go back and start trying to look at Dish. And this time I went ahead and just told them to put it in my name. That seemed easier and it would probably get approved. Have a better chance of getting approved than it would in her name. Well, because I don't have any credit, I was pretty much as good as her to them. The only thing I've ever had in my name is a cell phone, and I ain't gonna have no cell phone right now. But anyway, so on to the point. They wanted a setup charge of $79. Yeah, that's what it was, $79. I'm at Subway, by the way, guys. I'll just keep talking. So they wanted a setup charge of $79. And that wasn't even for the Hopper. That was just for a 2-room DVR deal that they had going on. So I told them no for that as well. I wanted the Hopper. The only way to get the Hopper was to pay the full $299, which is what the Hopper actually costs retail price, plus the $80 install, plus $100 for each additional room if I wanted to do that. And I'm just like, I don't see the value in this. Why should I pay you so much to lease your equipment? I did have to pay DirecTV a $100 install, but I'm only leasing their equipment. It's the same deal. Why would I pay you so much to lease your equipment? That makes no sense. So, anyways, I'll finish this story when I get my sub. So I'll be right back. Alright, so you're probably asking yourself, well, if you already had an install scheduled, then why did you go looking at Dish Network? Well, actually, we had the install scheduled for July the 5th, and the guy shows up to install DirecTV, and he starts saying that he can't get a signal off of the house, that he would have to install a dish in the front yard. And in order to do that, he would need to charge an additional install fee of $75. And I've read things on the internet about, how these guys will try to do that. They'll try to claim that they need to install extra stuff and it costs extra dollars, and just to make a little bit of money on the side for themselves, basically. So I sent him on. I told him just go on back and cancel it. I didn't want it. So I figured if I did that, he might back down, but nope, he just got in his truck and left. So I called DirecTV to complain about the situation, let them know that, the installer done like many installers do on the internet, that say they've tried to tack on extra stuff to get paid more money, and that I refused to pay it. And of course, DirecTV confirmed that that was wrong, that if he couldn't get a line of sight of signal from the house, then the pole would have been free. So they insisted that I reschedule the install. They would put on the work order that I was to get a pole installed for free, whether or not the new installer could get a signal from the house. I was to get a pole. So they put that on the account and rescheduled the install. July the 5th is when he came to install it originally, and fed me a line of bull and then left. So the next install is actually not even scheduled until July the 16th, which is about 10 days away as of today, which is just ridiculous. I can't believe I'm waiting that long. But at the end of the day, we've seen that Dish Network could offer us... I'm trying to hold the phone without shaking. This phone's heavy, dude. I mean, with the Mophie, it's a lot heavier than my other phone. Anyway, Dish Network said they could get us installed the very next day. So that's why we went looking at them. Quicker may have been better in that situation. Turns out Quicker was not better, and wasn't going to pay their little stupid fees. They were wanting way too much for their TV service. It just wasn't worth it. So, put some more bright lights on there. Have a look around. But anyways, that's the deal with that. We ended up canceling the Dish Network idea. The guy has called me back like 6 times since I've got off the phone with him. I actually didn't hang up on him. I told him that I just didn't think it's going to work out. There was no way. I told him the only thing I would consider is actually buying the Hopper receiver outright. That way I would have a return on my investment when I do decide to leave Dish. I could sell the receiver rather than having to return it as a lease equipment. But at $300 for the receiver, $200 for each additional receiver, and I needed 3 total, that wasn't going to work. Looking at $500, plus he wanted $70 for the install, and that was leasing it still. To actually buy it outright, he wanted $200 for the install. So, not going to work for me. Anyways, DirecTV is where we're going. We don't own the equipment, we are leasing it. And I don't know, I'm a little in between on that, but I guess only $100 for the install kind of makes sense. You're giving them $100 as like a deposit because your credit's not that great. So, it kind of gives them a security blanket of securing what they're doing, what they're having to do. I wish they offered the ability to get that back in bill credits or something, but I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of sense that they get the equipment back and the money. So I know with AT&T, whenever I signed up for their service, they said once I was with them for a year, they would cut me a check for the amount of the deposit. And that they did. No problems, no questions asked. I received a $150 check in the mail from when I signed up from them. So, yeah, I don't know. I wish DirecTV was a little bit more reasonable on that. But, it's... in the world of cell phones, there's so many options out there, and there's so many companies trying to compete with each other that, they don't have to be the best. They don't have to... or other way around, actually. They have to be the best. So they have to do the best for their customers, or they'll just go somewhere else. That's how it works. With television service, there's really three options. There's whatever cable company is in your area, which in my case is Charter. There's Dish Network, and then there's DirecTV. There really is no other option. So they can treat their customers as poorly as they'd like, and it really doesn't matter. Where are you going to go? One of the other two options now? Because you're leaving one of the options to go to two others. There's really not a whole lot to choose from, so that they can monopolize everything. Now, I will agree, I think satellite has cable beat as far as prices go, but now the satellite companies their only competition is themselves. They're competing with the other satellite company, which I'm glad there's not just one satellite company. We'd be screwed in that case. But, DirecTV, the only competition is Dish Network and vice versa. So, it's just, they're going to crap on you either way. Let's just say that. They're going to give you a crappy deal either way. It's just which one is less crappy. That's what you got to choose between at the end of the day. So that's kind of what we've done. Charter obviously was the most crappy deal, and Dish Network seemed like the next crappy deal. And DirecTV is obviously the least crappy. I mean, it is still pretty crappy. I mean, it doesn't make much sense why I have to pay to get something installed that, is not even mine. And when the contract ends, I have to send it back. Or if we decide to end the contract early, I have to send it back. So it's not like a cell phone. With cell phones, you end the contract early, you pay the fee, you keep the phone. No, you still have to send them the receiver back regardless of how you end the contract. If you don't, you get charged full price for it, which, I've already paid $100, so, and that doesn't get knocked off of the full price of the receiver either. So, oh well, that's my rant. That's where I'm going with that. And I'm almost back home. And this has been my trip to Subway. So I will see you guys later.